My name is Dwight Abesey, and I am 13 years old, and I am learning about cinematography. I have learned so far that the types of lights and where to place them and the gear I should get and just the sound, and that's pretty much what I've learned. But my favorite part is the gear I should have, because I was looking through a few of them and actually learned some the lenses and the cameras I should get. So yeah.
My name is Ruel Goins, and I am 15 years old, and I'm here because I want to learn cinematography and storytelling. Yeah, this film academy is actually, it was surprising. I've learned a lot more than I thought I would in 4 days. It's I was surprised at the stuff I learned about storytelling, because I thought it was going to be mainly technical stuff, but there's a lot more of the speaking and like story work that goes into the cinematography, because the cinematography is the way of telling the art. And so it was fun learning about that and the way you break down a story. And also it was fun learning about the technical side of things. And well, we learned how to frame a scene, which I really feel like is something that you have to experience to really understand exactly what it is. But basically there's a setup that goes into framing a scene, which makes a scene look nice, a picture. And we learned about these rules to the way you film, that you have to know about these rules. And then if you know about the rules, then you can break the rules for, artistic storytelling. Um, we just learned what cameras to purchase, what equipment, and how to get the best equipment. So, for example, you don't want to use your in-camera mic. You always want to use an external thing. I think the thing about hands-on is when you watch a YouTube video, it either looks really easy or really hard. So you think, oh, I can do this, and then you find out that you can't do it. Or you think, oh, this is too complicated, and then you try it hands-on and you think, oh, this was a lot easier than I thought. Like framing a scene, it's still not the easiest thing, but it's easier than it was made to look on a YouTube video. But at the same time, you don't notice how much work goes into the stuff, like the lighting and all that stuff. It's very tedious process. You have to set it up perfectly, and you look at interviews and stuff, news interviews, and you realize that all of this work goes into making 3 or 4 minutes of footage. So it's crazy. But yes, I would recommend for other students to come to InnerHub Film Academy, because it will really give you a hands-on experience, something that you won't be able to get anywhere else. It has a fun way of teaching. The teacher, he's quite funny. And you're gonna really learn to appreciate the art of storytelling and everything that goes into it. So I would recommend it. My classmates at InnerHub Film Academy are cool because they each care about the craft in a different way, and each of them is gonna apply it in a different way. So for some people, this is a way of this is my career, and for others, this will help me work with my parents, or this will help me work with my friends.
My name's Hannah Williams. I'm from the UK. I live in Basildon, and I'm here in York, Pennsylvania to do a cinematography class. I've learnt a lot in this class. I've learnt about things I think I didn't know before, like the rules of thirds and the positioning people have to be, the nose room, the head room. I've also learnt a lot about the sound as well, and the lighting, using LED lights and function lights. This workshop's really changed how I viewed video editing, camera and lighting. I didn't know that it took so much work just to light someone up, and it can change your perspective on different things, not just using a camera. It can change your perspective on the outside lighting as well. Before, I always thought that storytelling would have to be split evenly. At first I just thought it was all equal bits, but knowing how to lay out a story can really help capture the moment a lot more, and it can make the story a lot more interesting, knowing specific bits and when to put them. Because my dad works in photography and video editing and stuff like that, I can help him a lot more now, and he doesn't always have to stop and tell me what to do. I can just pick stuff up for myself.
Yeah, true. This is not my first time at InnerHub Film Academy. I attended one a couple of years ago, and I'm back again for another one because I learned from a teacher that the more you learn, the more you retain because you don't retain everything the first time. So you have to keep on studying and learning so that every single time you learn something new. And that's true because in this session, this workshop particularly, I've learned something different from what I was taught in my first class, even as I've been working in film for a while. But I learned something new, especially when it comes to storytelling and interviews and all that. Yeah, after my first workshop a couple of years ago, I saw cameras differently because I had passion for camera before I went the first time. Then after the lessons, I saw camera differently. I knew what I was doing with my light. I was able to work on projects with people without being, asked to do something because they trust me that I can do that and they let me do it. And that way I was able to learn more. But this time around, I used the class was more focused on not just equipment, but on storytelling and conducting a good interview. So the storytelling part was the the high point for me because I didn't see it. It was a different thing entirely for me this time. I saw it differently. I didn't see storytelling as having three parts to it. I just saw it as gather everything you can gather, the bureaus and the main person, and then put it all together for like some minutes. But then understanding that there's a part to storytelling, that you have the beginning, the middle, and the end, and keeping the whole, the main point of the story in the middle, that's creating a conflict and having a resolution for the end to make it all interesting, really helps me now to understand that, and helps me understand storytelling more, not more better.
Yeah.
I will come back to InnerHub Film Academy every single time I have the chance to, because other than the fact that it doesn't take too long, like weeks and months to learn what we'll learn in just 4 days. The teacher himself is awesome, and it teaches in a way that you don't feel like something is being pushed down your throat. It's more like him teaching in a way, showing you what to do and letting you do it, and that's the best way to learn. Learning and doing it, not just learning the theory and then waiting on the time for you to have the opportunity to. It's fully hands-on. You get to touch the equipment. You get to set up by yourself and do stuff that you wouldn't be able to do in your house because you don't have access to all this equipment on your own. And it takes a long time to get out as much equipment as you get to touch in just how many days. Like in 3 days, you get to touch all this equipment, and that really feels good, and it makes you very excited to get yours and get ready for the world. Well, if you're looking for any training in cinematography that helps you learn what you need to know, and then gives you the opportunity to touch the equipment and actually use it, I think InnerHub Film Academy is just the best place to go to because it's very affordable one, and there's just so much. Until you get here, you wouldn't know. You have to just come, and whatever it says on the advert you're going to learn is what you're going to learn. It's not like those one of those adverts that you see that say, oh, come, you learn camera, you touch it, and you get there, you only find one camera, and you're like, okay, so how are we all going to learn with one camera? I mean, yeah, we have cameras, we have equipment that I keep saying they are really expensive, and you can't get at them by yourself even in a year. Except you have a lot of money, you're related to Donald Trump or something, and he's ready to sponsor you, then you can. But that does not mean that you know how to use it or you'll be able to use it correctly.
I'm a TV production student. So I am so much in love with camera. But then in school, there was no professional cameras like the one I am seeing now that Inner Hope Production introduced me to, which I am very, very happy to see and even touch some professional equipment like this for the first time. I'm so happy.
So I came to this workshop because I had earlier seen the advert online, on Facebook or something, InnerHub Production, and it caught my attention because I'd always wanted to really learn, and I was opportune that I know um, Pastor B, who will be probably taking the class. At the time, I didn't even know he would be the one. And because he posted that advert, I called him immediately and I'm like, hey, Pastor B, I would love to be part of this. And, I just want to learn. I don't know anything. Would I be able to get anything from the class? Because I have no experience whatsoever with the camera. I just love the end result of what I see you do. I've seen your videos, your still photos, and all of that. So, and he's like, yeah, just come to the class. But one advice I got, and it stood out for me, and that advice is, if you don't have the passion for it, if it's not something that you have to come based on, I need a certificate, or, you want to go after money and all that. It's a storytelling workshop, and I love telling stories, good stories. So, okay, first of all, I would want to say that I've been opportune that some guys who are in this class with me have actually been in this for years. I mean, with renowned, TV production companies and all of that, such as Sound City. But they've been in the class with me who is ground zero, and they say things like, wow, I wish I knew this 8, 10 years ago when I started. So it tells you that it eliminates all of that. And we were basically at almost the same level of understanding because the resource person flows with everybody at the same level. It carries everybody along. So you don't really necessarily have to have the experience. And all you need to come with is your heart. You need to have a passion for this. If you don't have the passion, then it's not going to work. That advice would never leave me.
If I've been doing production for 3 years, professionally, 3 years, and I've been doing something for 3 years in the wrong way, only for me to come for this 3 days training and discover that everybody should come and do it. Everybody should come and learn, on that InnerHub Productions. Some people don't understand what goes into what you do with the camera. Just want you to press record, But now I understand that for you to have a better production, a good production, then you have to plan, you have to prepare, mentally and then physically. You have to, know what you want to do. That's very important to me. And I've conducted several interviews. I didn't know that I was doing it in the other way around.
I advise everybody that is in production, in production, they should not think they know all or they know how to undo this. They know even you are a director, producer, cinematographer, DOP, any kind, soundman. I think we should be attending seminars like this, either 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, to any time. I think it's very good for our experience.
This workshop, I've improved my camera angle, my movement, my skills, everything about my production have changed. To please come and experience this. InnerHub storytelling, they are the best.
The workshop has been great. It's been innovative. I've learned a lot business-wise, and it's been good. InnerHub Productions and workshops are way different from other workshops I've attended. It's like a one-on-one thing. You feel like you're the only one there, though there are other people around you. You feel like the only one there. You grasp everything, you learn, you listen, and you understand. Even though you do not understand, you won't feel ashamed to ask. I've attended other workshops and you might just keep quiet at the end because there are other people there, a lot of people there, What I've learned from this workshop that will make a difference for me is
proper management. I learned how to manage myself, how to budget, make a real budget for my life, my business, and all other stuff. And I've learned how to take good care of my equipment, you know. And I also want to teach other people how to take good care of their equipment. And aside of equipment, other things that we have to do, just manage.
When I heard about the Film Academy and I had got the opportunity to come, I jumped at it because I have always wanted to go into movie making. I've always wanted to do things with cameras. I do some directing, and I know that if I wanted to do it commercially, I should have a working knowledge of cameras, lighting, and things like that. So, like I said, when the opportunity came, I jumped at it, and I haven't regretted it. My experience here at the InnerHub Film Academy workshop has been fantastic so far. It's been very eye-opening, I would say. I got the opportunity to work with the cameras, to look at them, to understand how they do what they do, to learn about the right ones, the wrong ones. I also met people who have been working with cameras all their lives, and I was able to, or I have been able to learn quite a bit from their experience. Also, I've met, the rest of my classmates, great people, lots of networking. So it's really been a great experience, and I've enjoyed every bit of it so far.
I came to InnerHub Film Academy workshop because I love film, and now that I want to go commercial, I really wanted to know what it was I was getting into, and it was the right place, the best place for me to start. I've learned several things in InnerHub Film Academy. Some of the things are filmmaking, and in filmmaking we have your composition, your lighting, sound. In fact, I think I would say I've learned everything. Well, not everything, but the basic things that you should know in filmmaking. And photography was added to that, an opportunity for me. And also the business aspect of filmmaking. I've learned all that here. My best moments in this workshop have been being around all my classmates and learning directly from a professional. That has been one of my best moments. Every time I sit down and our lecturer is talking, I just soak it all up because I know I'm going to need it. And it's good that everything that he has been teaching us is relevant to being one of the great names, so to speak, in film. I will definitely recommend this workshop to other people because it gives you the opportunity to learn and grow. For instance, I would say that I have grown in this workshop, and it's not just because we have been placed in the spotlights as in learning everything from our lecturer, but also we've been given the opportunity to handle everything that is available. We've been given the opportunity to know how to light our scenes, how to frame, how to compose shots, how to handle equipment, and it's great.
InnerHub Film Academy, I've learned a whole lot. Down to, I used to feel that the camera used to be a toy. You could just snap. So far you just snap, just put it in your system, and you just put it on your DP on your BlackBerry. I say, hey, look at me. I was like, what camera did you use? And I'll tell you, I have no idea. But right now, I know about cameras. I know the rudiments, the process, my exact short footages. There are some words, terms that I was not really familiar with, like rack focusing, like rule of third. I never had an idea about it. I just see people like, nice shot. I don't know anything about it. But right now, I can tell people, okay, you could be like this. This is what it's called. This way, and people ask me, are you going to a camera school or film school? I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I have an idea right now. Basically, I'm not more a novice. I tell everybody that seriously, InnerHub Academy is like the place to be. You learn a whole lot. You get drilled. You have an understanding about life as a whole, and you get to share love. That's basically.
I came to InnerHub Film Academy because I wanted to know more about film and most of all the camera, because I've been into other units of production, but my passion is for the camera, and I wanted to learn. Apart from the side that my brother introduced me to the facilitator of the InnerHub Film Academy, I really wanted hands-on training on camera. Of course, I have learned a lot. I've learned light, I've learned camera, I've learned editing, I've learned so many stuff about cinematography that I would really like to use almost immediately I leave the film academy. I recommend this workshop only for people who are deeply interested in cinematography or in film. Why? Because you cannot do this training without the passion for it. You need to be into what you're doing. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be creative, and you can only be creative when you have the passion for it. Well, it's amazing how even after 4 years of attending, InnerHub, the last InnerHub, I still learned a lot from this one. You can never know it all. You have to keep improving yourself daily. When I attended the workshop the last time, there's just something about it, like you just want to do more. You just want to produce more things. You want to be excited about cinematography. And that's what I was telling the other day, that this is another reawakening for me, because over the years I got too comfortable in my day job. So this is another reawakening that you need to get back on the horse. You need to do what you always wanted to do. You need to make more films, make more documentaries. And so, yes, I'm very excited about the fact that everybody here came to learn. So, InnerHub is amazing. I think you should sign up. Is amazing. The equipments are fantastic. I can't wait to buy them.
I came to InnerHub Film Academy because for a while I've had interest in filmmaking. I've laid my hands on camera for a while. I've done a little editing, and I have much interest in photography, and I think I love pictures and beautiful things. So I came to InnerHub Film Academy to improve my knowledge, to gain more skills, and so I can move forward. The workshop, I've learned so many things in the workshop, from camera handling, editing, production, and particularly I think the one that captured my interest most is a documentary. The process is wow, and it's been awesome. InnerHub Film Academy has been a place where the values of God, the fear of God, has been emphasized, and to me, that's just the bomb. I would recommend the InnerHub workshop to anybody, especially my friends who have shown interest in filmmaking. I think presently I've started the process. I have a list of friends I would like to tell about InnerHub Film Academy, because I know that will improve their filmmaking and take them to a higher platform.
Well, I'm Jerry. I'm 14, and I came to InnerHub Film Academy because I like taking pictures. I like cameras, I'm really fond of taking pictures and editing them and everything. So when I heard about that I'll be learning about video production and recording and editing videos, I thought that would be even more fun because I'm already used to taking pictures and that's what I like doing. So I'm learning a lot about how to use a camera, a big professional camera, and how to edit and like manipulate what you've recorded already. And I've learned a lot so far, even though it hasn't been long. So yeah. With what I've learned in the next couple of years, I would like to, well, maybe have my own camera and everything, take pictures for people, edit them and stuff, because that's what I like doing. So I might be the next Steven Spielberg or something like that. I don't know, but I might be. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. So if I am, that's good, but if I'm not, so I would recommend the workshop to other people because I think it's a nice experience and everything. What you probably learn here, you might not be able to get that kind of knowledge somewhere else. So I think it's also good for people who, like me, who like the camera and like playing with stuff like that, to actually learn what everything does and what happens. Because people watch a lot of movies, but they might not know what happens behind the camera. So you can learn everything about that here. So that's something good.
I was exposed to the right tools for the right productions, kinds of production, and not just being exposed to the right tools. The facilitator also exposed me to gave me access to where to get these tools, how to buy them, and then a whole lot. So that has moved me a bit higher in my experience too. Yes. A lot is different when it comes to InnerHub production. The togetherness, when you're in class, there's no boss, there's no superior, there's no inferior. We all relate like one. The playful approach to learning. There are some people that learn in a serious environment, and I don't think I learn very well when the environment is tense and serious. I like some humor, I may not be able to give a lot of that, but I like it when it's available. And that's what's obtainable in InnerHub production. Everybody's like one. We learn from each other, and our facilitator is just wow. He has a way of communicating very serious information in very, very simple ways that you could remember. Like, I will recommend this workshop to anybody, any day, any time. As a matter of fact, the first time I was coming, I came with one person. This second time out, I came with 3 people. And I'm going to multiply it the next time, because really, it's not just about, sometimes I think that we focus on people that have passion, but I've realized that there are some people that just need to be exposed to certain environment to discover their own passion, and I won't rob those people too. So I will expose you to as many people as possible. If it's your area of passion, then run with it. If it's not, but you've just added a skill or something to your what you have already. So I would certainly recommend this program to anybody, anytime, any day.
The reason why I came back to InnerHub Academy is because of what I learned last 2 years. Yeah, actually that's the first training as a cinematographer. That was my first training, and it was mind-blowing. I will recommend the workshop to anybody, but I'll first recommend it to myself. Yeah, if I can come, then anybody can come. So I will and always will inform anybody that will want to take their knowledge of media to the next level, to always come for InnerHub Film Academy. Is awesome.